So what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a video on the unveiling of the Grand Wagoneer. I have been waiting for this thing for like 3 years. When I heard that they were going to bring back the nameplate, I really wanted to see what it was going to look like. We haven't had a true full-size SUV really from Chrysler ever. The only ones that we've had was the Chrysler Aspen, but that was on the same platform as a Durango. But it brought the luxury that we were missing. So this is going to really fill that void across the board. Now, if you're not familiar, we're going to go over the new Wrangler 2. They just brought out a 4xe. So let me just show you guys what that means. One thing that you're going to start to see from the Jeep brands that they're starting to evolve, not just with the Grand Wagoneer, but now they're going to be offering an all-electric mode and a hybrid mode for the Wrangler. And they also announced that they're going to be doing it for the Compass and for the Renegade. Now for the Wrangler, they're going to have up to 25 miles for range, and it's going to really do a big boost for performance also. And one thing they're trying to do is really help with the overall environment. They're trying to lower their carbon footprint and just give back to the world that we live in. And here is the performance numbers for the Wrangler: 375 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, 50 mpge, and it has 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. And as I mentioned, 25 miles in electric mode. And this is just a look at the modes that they have. So as I mentioned, the electric mode, and they have what's called an e-save, and they have the hybrid mode too. Now as far as the design goes, it's going to be pretty much the exact same thing you've seen from the Wrangler. There's not much difference from what you've had back in 2019, but the good news is that's not a bad thing, because this is a really good design. I think this is the best Wrangler we've ever had, and for the most part I'm looking forward to see how well it does having an all-electric mode. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the new 2021 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Now one thing you can say for certain is the Wagoneer is going to pose a threat to some of the full-size SUVs, especially from the General Motors brand, Ford Expedition, Mercedes, and BMW too also have full-size SUVs. Now when I saw this design, I was really thrown back, because it's not something you've already seen before. It's definitely something totally different. And as far as the front and rear goes, I really do like the design. Now the side view of it, I'm still going to have to get some used to, but overall still a really nice SUV. Now when you take a look at it for the first time, you're instantly like drawn to the front end. I love the LEDs. You can see a strip goes all the way across the grille. Perfect grille design, very timeless look on the front end. And I love the black painted roof, and even below on the bumpers and on the side it has like a black paint to kind of finish it off. I haven't seen this yet, so this is something that will definitely stand out when it comes out too. I see a lot of people trading in the Escalade and maybe the Mercedes GLS and BMW X7 for something like this, because it looks so great. Now as far as the side feature goes, wasn't a huge fan of that. I feel like the wheel wells are kind of too small for this thing, and it has those big wheels. So, but overall still a great design, and I think that'll probably grow on me over time anyways. Now as far as the interior goes, guys, this is where I think that they killed it. With the Ram brand and now with the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, I think that they have pretty much hit a home run. I think a lot of people are scratching their heads on who is designing these interiors for FCA, because they are killing it. I mean, look at all the screens, look at just the fit and finish, and like they have high quality materials, from the wood to the raw aluminum to the carpet fibers that they're using. Everything is high quality. So this is going to be a premium SUV, and if that's going to be the case, it's going to have a premium price tag too. So I'm going to speculate in a little bit, but let's take a look at everything here. I did notice that they're going to bring out a hybrid too, so that should be a good thing. And as you guys can see, they have 3 4x4 systems, quad-lift air suspension, independent front and rear suspension, and it's going to have unmatched towing, as they say it. Hybrid technology, so this is going to help with fuel economy. I mean, with this thing being a big SUV, this should be something to help get it closer to that, hopefully to 25 to 30 mpg range. I would love to see that from a large SUV like this. And for the most part, when you look at the drawings, they kept it pretty close to the pre-production model. I mean, even from the roof lines into the grill and everything like that. But I am excited to see what people's take is in the comment section. Be sure to leave your thoughts and what you think this is going to become. I think that this is probably already up high on the list for a lot of people to wait for this thing, because I know Cadillac just redesigned the Escalade, and of course the Tahoe and Yukon just got a full redesign. I think a lot of people are going to hold off and probably get the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Now, as I mentioned, premium price though, so I cannot wait to see what the overall pricing is going to be for this thing. But as you guys can see, very high quality materials. I love that screen on the front passenger side. They said in the video that you can actually set up navigation in here and send it over to the driver so that they don't have to take their concentration off the road. And you can watch movies, of course, on these screens also. And just taking a look at the premium materials and the leather seats, I mean, everything looks really high quality. One thing I do like is that 2-spoke steering wheel. They took that off the S-Class. Ambient lighting under the dash. And as if the premium materials weren't enough, they're using Macintosh audio. And if you don't know what that is, just go do a quick research, see how expensive they are. Now, in the comment section below, I want to hear your thoughts. Number one, do you like the new Jeep Grand Wagoneer? Did they do enough? Number two, how much do you think the starting price of one of these things are going to be? Now, before I end the video, I'm going to give you 5 things that I think that Jeep needs to do to really build on the success of the Grand Wagoneer. The very first thing is going to be obvious: price. I think that this is the first and foremost thing that I'm concerned about. I can tell this is a premium SUV, but I don't want it to be too premium to where it's out of reach for most of us. I'm hoping that this has a starting price in the low 60s, high 50s. I think that's fair. I think that once you add all the options and all the good stuff to it that you would want, it should end off at about 80. That's just my guess. Hopefully I'm way off and it's a little bit cheaper than that, but I'm thinking based off what I'm seeing here, it's going to probably cost more than that. Number two, reliability. I think that this is important for all of us. I think that we would like to see the Jeep Grand Wagoneer succeed, but in order for it to succeed, it has to bring that quality that they have been doing a pretty good job of this last 2-3 years. Number three, although I do like hybrids, and I think that, you know, helping our environment with reducing the footprint is a good idea, I do hope that there is some type of SRT model. You know, maybe the Trackhawk, I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there, or maybe a Trackhawk Red Eye. I would love to see that on the Grand Wagoneer, even if it is $120,000, $130,000. I think that the qualities of this thing kind of justify it at that price point, because having 700 to 800 horsepower in a full-size SUV would be pretty cool. Number four is going to be wishful thinking. Because I like to tow and I would like to see more SUVs able to tow slightly bigger trailers, I would like to see a 3/4 ton Grand Wagoneer. Now that's just wishful thinking, I know that. But I think that it makes sense for something like this to be able to tow 10 to 12,000 pounds, because most bunkhouses that can sleep 6 to 8 people is probably going to be closer to 10,000 pounds GVWR. And my fifth and final point is really geared towards FCA as a whole. I do hope that we do get a stripped down Jeep Grand Wagoneer for the Dodge brand. That way we can have something more affordable for more people. I mean, hey, I like the materials, I like the wheels, I like everything about the Grand Wagoneer, but I think that 45 to 50K starting price is a lot easier to swallow than 70 to 80K starting price. But I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for your support over this 1.5 years that I've been doing this. And once this thing hits the lots, as you guys know, I am going to be chasing these things down to do reviews. So see you guys soon.